So one question that I hear all the time, I'm just going to jump right into it, or one statement that I hear all the time is, am I being tested? Like, is life testing you right now? Do you feel like life is testing you? Or you feel like you're going through so many things that just don't even make sense? And you stop and you're like, number one, am I being tested? Number two, why am I being tested? And three, what the hell am I supposed to be learning from this? Because I need to know what it is that spirit, the divine, is trying to get me to understand. Anybody out there feel like that? I have personally felt like that in my own life. Matter of fact, I can say 2021 has been this one question for me, like, why is this happening? What is going on? Why do I feel like this? Why am I being tested? Why? So if you have felt like that, or if you are feeling like that right now, present moment, then this video is for you. Share with you my heart and share with you maybe a few things to help you get through this particular time in your life. So I think it's interesting how we look at tests. I was having this conversation with a friend, and sometimes we look at tests as a right or wrong, or we look at tests as a pass or fail. Like, okay, I'm being tested right now, and I feel like I'm failing it. I'm bombing it. Okay. I'm crying. I'm emotional. I don't feel like I have any control over the situations that I'm in. And I want to offer you a different perspective on the fact that you're being tested in your life. And that perspective is, look at tests as a measurement of where you are versus a pass or fail. So most tests are designed, standardized tests are designed to see or test your knowledge in an area to see how you are in a particular area. Where do you fall on this scale? Or do you have, are you very skilled in a particular subject? Or is it in an area that you need a little bit more improvement in? Or is it an area that, sometimes you're hit and miss in an area? So take some of the pressure off yourself with whether or not you are passing this test or not, and just look at it as life is giving you a gauge of where you are. Is there a skill that you can learn? Is there more information that you can learn? Is there something that's going to upgrade you in the future that you can use, a tool that you can use in the future for another experience? So look at your test or whatever it is that you're going through as a way for life to say, okay, you can work on that a little bit more, but it's okay. Or you know what? You have mastered this and you are ready to move on to the next level. I think if we look at it in that way versus this pass or fail thing, because when you look at it in a pass or fail way, I just feel like we can be so hard on ourselves. You can be more judgmental with yourself if you feel like you're not doing a good job at whatever it is that you're going through. But it's not about whether or not you're doing a good job at it. It's just you measuring where you are, what lessons that you're learning, what can you take from it so that you can improve upon your life as you go through your journey. Remember, life is a journey. It's not one destination that you get to and then you're happy. We are continuing, and we always learn as we grow through life. So have grace with yourself and allow yourself to go through things and pull from those things skills, survivor methods, or whatever that you can use further on down the line. So take some of the pressure off yourself would be the first thing that I would have to say to you. Secondly, number two is, this is an important time in your life. Anytime you feel like you're being tested or you feel like you're really going through something, this is one of the most important times of your life, because at that time, that is where you're going to get your guidance from source. That is the time that you should be grounded, that you should be following your intuition, that you should be allowing your heart to lead you to the next step in your life. Even if it makes no sense to you, even if it makes no sense to your partner, it doesn't make sense to your friends or your family. Anytime you feel like you're being tested in life, that means that spirit is upgrading you to another level, and it's going to take you being so tuned in to your heart so that you can hear the guidance and the love from your heart. That would be the second thing I would say. Third thing I would say is give yourself some time and space to process what is going on. So I'll speak for me. I am one of those get through it fast kind of people. Okay. Like, I don't like to be sad for too long. I don't like to be stuck for too long. So if I am experiencing something that I don't really care for or like, I'm ready to like, okay, what's the lesson? I'm ready. Let's move on. Let's learn. But sometimes that can't be the case. So in this year also, I've learned a lot about the process of grief. And I'm not saying from a physical death perspective, but I'm meaning from a more spiritual death perspective. I'm learning about grief and that process. So my third tip is, just slow down and allow yourself to process what is going on. Not everything can be processed from an intellectual manner. Some things you have to slow down. You have to be still. You have to get quiet, and you have to tune in to the divine, to your heart, in order to know what you need to do next. So slow down. Stop trying to rush through whatever it is that you're going through, because that's not going to make it go away. Has it worked so far? No. And just remember, you can't manipulate spirit. I've said that before. Sometimes we think, okay, I got the lesson, ready to move on now. And we all know that that is a complete lie. You are not ready to move on. And you're not ready to move on if you're easily triggered. Okay. You're still very highly emotional. And, you're just trying to get to the side of it that feels good, right? We love what feels good. But sometimes it is meant for us to just slow down, to be still, to be in the moment, to feel it, to really feel what it is that you're going through. So if you feel like you're being tested, congratulations, right? I say congratulations because that means that whatever part of life that you are currently in, you have mastered that season of your life. And it's time for you to be tested and to move into the next area in your life. The only way that I can get from the 6th grade to the 7th grade is if I pass my end of year test, my end of year grading, which is going to test me and assess my knowledge of what I've learned over the last year or over the last 2 years. For some of you, it's the past decade. What have you learned? Have you mastered what life was teaching you through that time? And if you have, which in most cases, we all get passed along, right? But in some instances, if it's an area that we have not passed, then we're offered remedial training in our next grade to kind of help us build on that foundation of what we didn't learn in the previous grade. So be gentle with yourself. Remember, life is a journey. It's not a destination. And if you take that into this season of life that you're in, it's going to take so much pressure off of you. It's going to take this feeling of wanting and having to know it all, because we don't know it all. Okay. I don't know it all. And we should stop pretending like we should know it all, because we don't. We're learning as we go. We're learning as we grow. I swear I'm going to put that on a t-shirt because I keep saying it. And like, just have grace, have love, have patience with yourself. And whatever it is that you're being tested on, remember, it's just a measurement of where you are. It's not a pass or fail. You can get through this. And I think that's all I have for y'all this week. Okay. If you have questions, let me know. Make sure you leave some comments below, like and subscribe to this channel. I'm so thankful and so grateful for each of you that join me every single week. Welcome back to my podcast crew. And as I always say every single week, I love y'all. Peace.